So, now that you know that I'll be there doing color commentary for Central Georgia's Strongest Man and bringing all of my best analysis that you are used to, I know you'll be there or be square, hashtag that. So how do you know what to expect at Central Georgia's Strongest Man? Well, they have this awesome Facebook page where you can go check out what's going on. I think they've capped the slots due to athlete capacity, so that's all done, but definitely check out the live stream. How do you do that? You go over to my buddies, Garage Gym Life Media, who were kind enough to partner with me on the Mammoth Strength Challenge 5 Pro-Am, and again now for Central Georgia's Strongest Man. I couldn't be more grateful. You go over to Garage Gym Life Media's YouTube page, move over to the videos tab, and then under uploads, you will see upcoming live streams, and Viola, there it is. Central Georgia's Strongest Man, my reminder's on. Is yours? Click on it where it says set reminder and get your reminder so you are ready in 26 days, March 27th, 9:45 a.m. Eastern, to see all of the action from the athletes, from the producers of the live stream, and from my blog Strongest Man. If you value all of the awesome content that I've been bringing to you 4 times a week recently, including great interviews, buymeacoffee.com/myblogstrongest is a way to show a small appreciation if you want. Optional, totally appreciated. So tonight we're going to focus on Sarah Huckleby. Last minute addition to Central Georgia's Strongest Man in the novice women's heavyweight division. She jumped in at the last second because her dad, David, was supposed to compete and got hurt. So she was kind of ushered in to take his place. She didn't really kind of pursue wanting to compete at this competition, but is doing it wholeheartedly. The joy of youth. She'll kind of take everything on and take it on. So again, Sarah is 16 years old, if you could believe it or not. And I found a 395-pound deadlift in these posts. So keep an eye out for Sarah. She's going to do some damage at Central Georgia's Strongest Man 2021. Let's take a look through some of her posts and see what we can find out of her training. And then we'll take a look at my blog Strongest spreadsheet, and I'll give you an assessment of where I think she'll finish based on the limited information I have about her competitors at this point. So going over to her Instagram, again, it's strong.as.huck. An awesome nickname, awesome handle, Strong as Huck. Sarah Huckleby, follow her right now. It's definitely a great follow. And then her dad, David, would be connected in here somehow. You'll want to follow him as well. Again, right here, 16 years old, Marietta Barbell. So I'm assuming Marietta, Georgia. Central Georgia's Strongest Man, maybe not that far, kind of local for her, so she can jump in. She does a lot of bench press. You'll see a lot of deadlift in her training, and again, it's very heavy for her size and her weight. You have a deadlift post here, some deadlift here, some log, and I jumped in and asked her questions about what some of these weights were, and when we get over to my blog Strongest spreadsheet, I will tell you how close she is to competition weights. Now, we have some stone onto platform. It's going to be stone over bar at Central Georgia's Strongest Man. That is relevant. Same thing, right? You just have to do rep after rep at the competition for as many reps as possible instead of just one lift onto the platform. We have some yoke work here as well. Going here, this is, again, some overhead pressing, more deadlifting. Hi, Santa Dog. And here's some more deadlifting as well. She does quite a bit of bench press. Some squats here, more squatting, more bench pressing, and I want to find you the big deadlift, which was 395, as I said, and it is a little further back here. It might be this one. I think it's this one here. So she actually mentions in the post that it was 395, not that one. Okay, so let's scroll down a bit more, and I bet you we could find it. But as you see, pretty well-rounded training. She's doing stone training, deadlift training, squatting. This might be it here. No, this was 365. So very close. But anyway, there's a 395 deadlift in here somewhere. And, you know, I mean, look at this. She's a monster on the deadlift. And so taking all that into consideration, let's kind of move over to my blog Strongest spreadsheet and see where I think Sarah will finish, given all of this evidence that we've taken a look at in her Instagram profile. So I'll go ahead and share that, and let's take a look at the spreadsheet. So here is Sarah in the novice women's heavyweight, which is 165-pound body weight and above, and I've highlighted in yellow here the weights for that weight class. So the competition weight for the overhead keg or dumbbell is 70 pounds. The log is 130. The axle for clean and press for as many reps as possible is 130. Deadlift is 280. Yoke is 375. The farmer's carry is 150. The sandbag return on that medley is 150. And I've learned from the latest posts on Central Georgia Strongest Man's Facebook page that they've changed this a bit. So previously it was carry the farmers out 50 feet, carry the sandbag back 50 feet, then go with no weight in your hand to retrieve the farmers and bring them back to starting position. That has changed. So it seems to be now it's just farmers out, sandbag back, you're done. Now, going on to the stone over bar, it's a 200-pound stone over bar for as many reps as you can, more than your competitors. So those are the weights. Now, how does Sarah stack up in this kind of late time addition into this competition? Again, we're about 3 weeks out now, and a lot of competitors have been training for 5 weeks already by this point. So we'll see how close we think she is. Now, I have not been able to gather a lot of information about her competitors so far. So far, she's in first place out of herself, Chelsea Marshall Hirvella, and Elenis Heredia Landro. So Sarah Huckleby did a log press for 135 pounds at 2 reps. The log, again, is 130 in competition. So that would equal about 140-pound max. I think she'll handle the 130 just fine and win the log portion of that. I haven't seen her done axle or dumbbell overhead, but nor have I seen anyone else. So I think she wins that medley, given the limited evidence I have. Going into deadlift, no one's going to touch her. So for a novice in this weight class, 395 for 1 rep would equal the 280 pounds required at the competition for about 12. Deadlift is as many reps as you can do in 60 seconds. So the only limiting factor would be, can she do 12 in 60 seconds? But yeah, she's going to rep out this competition deadlift weight like crazy. No doubt that she's going to win the deadlift. Yoke carry, again, I've only seen one other yoke carry, and it was Elenis, and I think it was 405. So that makes Sarah the winner of the yoke carry as well. And then farmers and sandbag, I haven't seen her do yet. I cannot assess. Stone over bar, I asked her how heavy that stone was that she was doing, and it was 165. She seemed to handle it with no problem. The stone at the competition will be 200 pounds. She's a little bit off from that, but in a month or whatever 3 weeks we have left, I think she'll be able to make that up. She's very strong and full of youth. I remember what youth used to be a long time ago. I don't have that anymore. But yeah, she competes quite a bit. So I asked her, have you competed before? And it's funny, she brought up Alabama Strongest Man. 2 years ago she competed. Did you hear me? 2 years ago. So she's 16 now, so she competed at 14 years old. This is some sort of prodigy we're dealing with here. And I really implore you to go over to Garage Gym Life Media and set your reminder for this live stream. You're going to want to see her now before she gets older and really blows up and say, I knew her when, strong as Huck. Take that to the bank. Sarah Huckleby is going to win her class at Central Georgia's Strongest Man. You heard it here first from my blog, Strongest Man. And of course, as always, happy you dropped by for this analysis. And until next time, ciao, homie. So if you like this video and haven't done so yet, please consider subscribing using that button right there. And also stay tuned for some other videos that you might love blooping up right there. This one is the one that YouTube thinks that you will like the best, and this one is the one that I think you will like the best. As always, share this with everyone, and until next time, ciao, homie.